Hey folks, this is Kyle Keel with some more training footage for you. This was actually taken on a session that I did today, and the session was a squat session primarily, but secondarily it was also a bench press session. Really not training off of a weekly split. I'm just kind of coming in and doing movements when I feel like doing movements, and I have approximate weekly goals as far as total number of bar lifts, the amount of volume work that I want to do, the amount of high exertion sets that I want to do. And so I'm just kind of accumulating those reps over the course of the week, however I want to. And first week doing this, it's kind of intuitive, the approach to training, but so far so good. I feel like it's really benefited my squat. I'll go back in tomorrow and I'll squat again, and when I squat tomorrow, I'll probably do more double pause squats and do them at a much lower intensity. But for this day I came in, I ended up doing a pause squat, beltless, 365 for a set of 3. Really thrilled with that. I feel like I got back on track. And after I did that, I did 3 escalating sets up. I felt good doing these. These are double pause squats, and so I pause at the bottom, and then I pause a few inches higher. And at that point, a few inches higher is where I really start to slow down on my squats. And so I try to pause specifically where it's difficult for me to develop bar speed. And the first set, 275, felt a lot easier than I thought it would. A couple days ago, I was just trying these out, and I did them 235 for sets of 5, and they didn't necessarily feel difficult, but they also didn't move too fast. And so I ended up doing 275, and that felt good for 5. Went 295, and then ended up going 315. And definitely by 315, they were getting pretty tough. But I was really happy actually with how these went, and I feel like I've identified a position in my lift where if I introduce an isometric, I can really develop a weakness. I've done normal pause squats, and I've been able to get pretty good at them pretty quickly. I'm not somebody that's necessarily bad at them. I think my best ever unwrap squat is 425, and my best ever pause squat without a belt is 405. And so having a pause beltless squat that's 20 pounds below your best regular squat is kind of unusual, I feel like, for most people. And so that leads me to believe that I'm not too bad at them, but these definitely take, I think, a little bit more off of my pause squat, again, by emphasizing a weakness in my strength curve. The goal in terms of strength curve training is always to try and develop that strength curve either by using some sort of accommodating resistance or assistance that forces you to train as hard as possible throughout the entire movement, or by introducing an isometric under your particular weakness in your strength curve. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. You can see coming out of the first pause, it's really easy for me. It feels like I'm not really doing anything at all. I'm basically just picking my hips up, and that's easy. It's coming out of that second movement in which my quads really have to start to fire. And that's the difficult part for me, and that's the part that really needs development. See, here, coming up, it's really fast, and then coming out of my second pause, it really slows down. It's much harder for me. And so I feel like training this way is going to be beneficial for me long term. I'm probably going to run a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks more, in which I really just hammer this particular movement variation. I go in, squat 3-4 times a week, and try and accumulate a lot of bar lifts. For week 1, I'm looking for somewhere around 130, and that will slowly decrease over time. By week 4, I'll probably be at around, I want to say 85 to 90 bar lifts, with less light supplemental assistance or supplemental squatting added in for assistance. And so at that point, I'll probably ditch the double pause squatting for a little while, but I really want to develop my strength out of the hole and develop my hip strength. It's something that I noticed squatting in wraps. I've noticed that I've just been really weak coming out of the hole, and that's part of the reason why I've been cutting my squats high. So I think this will allow me to address it, and I think that I have a lot of room to grow, and I think that if I'm able to adequately address this weakness, my wrap squat is going to go right up, because that's really what's holding me back. After that, did 3 sets of 10, 225. Felt hard, tried to pause them strict. Surprising, really, that 225 for a set of 10 is this difficult, but I almost feel like I've overdone the general specific training and underdone the specific training, and so now my shoulders are a little, I can definitely feel that my front delts are a little weak, so a few weeks of specific training I think will help fix that, and I'll be back where I need to be. Anyway, keep checking in, more videos for you very soon.